Hello and welcome to Wingin It. So we have some gameplay here from a brand new tournament. This is the Wingspan Open. So this is 128 players, single elimination, best of 5 knockouts. So some potentially long rounds here, going up to 5 sets in total. And yeah, as the name might give away, this is themed from the tennis majors, also known as Open. So Wingspan Open, 5 sets. And yeah, whoever comes out on top is going to be the tournament champion. So we have already played 1 round of matches so far. So this is our round 2 matchup. We came through the first round 3-1, so a little bit of a scare, but I'm very glad to say we got through that one relatively unscathed. And yeah, we are here into round 2, and we have an opponent waiting for us in Volziman. So we've done our flip, as is customary in this kind of tournament. We sadly lost that flip, so we're going second here in this first of potentially 5 games. So stick with me, we're in here for the long haul, potentially with a lot of games here. But that's enough waffling on, because we've got a starting hand here. Let's take a look at what we've got. That is not a great starting hand, all things considered. Slightly better on the bonus cards, however. A very interesting tray, so let's see what our opponents kept. Very standard start there. 3 foods, seed, cherry, and worm. Pretty common to keep those in a starting hand with the 2 birds. And yeah, a couple of good forest birds in the tray. I'd imagine that white-backed woodpecker is probably going to be gone, but we might be able to nab the nuthatch. So looking at the feeder, not great. I was kind of thinking we could go for the skimmer and the falconer, because we are going to need something in the wetlands, and I really don't want to go for this grey-lag goose. As much of an option as it could be with this rose-breasted grosbeak, getting some more food, it's a bit tricky. So I'm kind of tempted to go for this, just sort of copy my opponent, and then, yeah, like I say, I'm assuming that woodpecker's going to go, so I think I could grab the nuthatch. I could go for a grosbeak and nuthatch forest. That's not bad. Potentially getting 3 food there, and of course cash on the nuthatch as well. And then if I have to overpay for this skimmer, it's not the end of the world. And you know, these are 2 big point birds. I mean, you don't really normally go for these early in the game, but I mean, grosbeak I think is good. Big points and a strong brown power. You like to see that. 3 different food as well for the forest. Really easy to get that kind of bird down. And the skimmer, yeah, if I'm going to keep this falcon, that's 8 points, and potentially I've got all game to get some more cashes as well. So I think I'm going to go for that. As I said, not really an amazing start here, but it's workable. I mean, we always talk about what you look for in a starting hand. I think getting a good forest brown power is important, and something in the wetlands as well, to just help get that little bit of extra card access is definitely going to be nice. So yeah, as I said, kind of expecting the woodpecker to go, and it does indeed. But I think we're going to go for this nuthatch. So I think that's going to be quite a nice option, perhaps, to get a bit of extra food. Now, we do have a yellow hammer in the tray, which does catch my eye a little bit. I do like these teal powers. This is one of those from the European expansion. If you use all 4 types of actions in a round, play another bird, pay its normal food and egg cost. So, you know, if you can use that to its full effect, you're playing 4 extra birds. You're getting some free turns. So obviously you need good card access and particularly good food access as well. But I'm going to have good food access here as well, as maybe hopefully a bit of extra cards once I can get the skimmer down. So that'll be an interesting one. I do wonder if my opponent is considering it here as well. But they are quite tricky birds to work with, I think, these teal powers. They do need a lot of planning ahead. I think particularly in the late game, they can be quite tricky. Quite tricky to kind of manage and, you know, make sure that you're getting all of those turns done in an effective way. Because normally, you know, you get into the game and it's normally lay eggs, play birds, that's it. You don't really want to be drawing cards, gaining food. But if you use a power like the yellow hammer, you've got to be doing that. So yeah, it can be a bit tricky. I think sometimes you do see players maybe use these powers in the early game to get their engine set up quicker, you know, use those extra turns to get birds down. But then maybe in the late game, you don't quite see them. used so much. So yeah, I do wonder. I do wonder here if my opponent is considering the yellow hammer grab. I certainly would be, but I think for me, I've got enough to kind of work with. I think I could easily go grosbeak, food, eggs, and nuthatch. That's 4 turns. I can then have 3 turns left. It's probably going to be food and then play the skimmer. I don't think necessarily I've got enough food to play the yellow hammer and the skimmer. I think if I did use yellow hammer, it would probably have to be either playing the nuthatch or I skip playing the nuthatch and just go for the skimmer on its own. So, all right, there we go. They have had their turn. They have not taken the yellow hammer. They have played the black-headed gull, which you always hate to see. Yeah, not a fun bird to be playing against that one. Yeah, for those who don't know, the power steal a food from another player's supply, and they replace it with a food from the bird feeder. So, yeah, don't really like having my food stolen, if I'm completely honest. But there are 2 counters to this. 1, never have any food, so they can't steal food off you. And 2, have so much food that actually if they steal a bit off you, it doesn't matter. Where it really hurts you is when you're running that kind of low food setup. You've maybe only ever got 1 or 2 foods in your supply at a time. And if you need very specific food to play a bird, it can definitely be a struggle. Making sure that you can keep that food and not have it stolen from you. But yeah, I think I'm going to be okay here. I think I'm going to be okay in terms of just getting, like I say, these forest birds down. I'm going to have 3 food a turn. So, I mean, maybe they steal some seeds off me, and I can, use that to my advantage because maybe I can gain some fish, hopefully, and get the skimmer going. So, interestingly, they took food there, because obviously they did pick up that woodpecker, and then rushed the gull down with kind of all of the food they could have used to play that woodpecker. So, I wonder if they might play that anyway. Just use that to get a bit of food and start going. Yeah, there we go. Woodpecker's gone down, but they do still have 1 more bird in their possession right now. So we'll see what that is potentially going to be. But for now, we're going to take some food, and yeah, we'll take such food that doesn't leave a reroll. And yeah, I think we can definitely look to get this nuthatch done. And yeah, they might go for food to themselves. I would probably expect they're going to lay eggs and start drawing some cards because they get cards and food at the same time. That's a pretty nice activation to be getting their hands on there. So, okay, they have taken the yellow hammer and they've stolen my seed, which is very rude. So yeah, they're going to go yellow hammer, which is definitely scary. Yeah, I think we'll just take a seed back. Mockingbirds. I cannot let them have that. Yeah, Mockingbird plus black-headed gull. That might be a laptop being thrown out the window kind of moment. So yeah, I'd rather not have to deal with that if I'm completely honest. But yeah, that yellow hammer. I'm guessing they're going to put that in the grasslands. That'll help with the end of rounds. And then yeah, they just need to lay eggs and they get to play another bird. And I'm kind of assuming between this gull and this woodpecker, they're not going to be short of food to play that extra bird, whatever that might end up being. So we'll see. But yeah, they have a gull and a yellow hammer, so that is. Oh, they're going for stealing my food again. What did they? Oh, it's the puffin. That's what they picked up. So we'll go for a reroll, get a fish. Or do we take a fish? Because they might just steal it. They might just steal it back. Maybe I leave the fish. Yeah, I might leave the fish just so they don't steal it. I'll take a worm instead. Because I'm going to play this nuthatch and then take food. Belted kingfisher wouldn't be bad, but this is one of those situations I think for me here where I have a plan. I want to just stick to it. So I want to get this forest set up. Got some good food access here. Got 2 turns left. Gain the food. Play the skimmer. I know I'm going first next round, so I wanna have this wetland bird down. so that if there is something good in the tray, I can go and take it. And I've obviously still got that egg as well on the Grosbeak, so we could potentially get a couple of cards there. So yeah, it's interesting though. They have gone for cards a couple of times there, not had the eggs down. So they would maybe have liked to have had the eggs down, and they are gonna have to lay eggs here, and they've only got a worm. So really curious what bird that might be. So at least we know they're not going to steal. They're not going to steal the fish this time. So I think, knowing this Grosbeak, I get a seed or a cherry. There is a cherry there. I'd rather play it safe. We'll take a rodent. We'll take a cherry. We're going to have to overpay for this skimmer anyway, so I don't mind what I overpay with that. I just want to make sure that I do at least get this extra food with the Grosbeak. So yeah, they're going to win this end around. Potentially looking not too bad for some of the next ones as well, but we will play Skimmer, and I think we'll keep the worm because it's most flexible, and we'll see what we might get in that round 2 tray after they've played their birds. So what do I not want to see? I mean, there's loads of good birds with a single worm. Yeah, this could be anything. If it's a tucking bird, if it's a barn swallow or a purple martin, yeah, I'm not going to be terribly happy. But we do know, we got to remember, they got this puffin. They got this puffin up their sleeve, so yeah, that's one to come into play certainly for those later end around goals. But oh, they did play another grass and bird, and it is a purple martin. Yeah, definitely didn't want to see that. Okay, well, we have got a bronze cowbird in the tray, so I think I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to take the cowbird, and I think I'm going to take this tree swallow as well. It's good for the end of round, and also just getting a bit of extra card draw, so we're going to do that. Skimmer, you got 4 dice to work with, and you're going to get a fish. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Don't mind to see that. And yeah, I think we can go for food here. We're going to try and get these 2 down. Obviously, with this yellow hammer, they need to take every action, so they're not going to lay eggs quite as much. But I think this cowbird is still going to be worth playing. I think getting some extra eggs from that will be nice. But yeah, a couple more hunting powers in the tray. That goshawk, I would not be surprised if they go and grab that. I think that's a really nice bird. Okay, they're stealing my food again. Okay, so we want to play. If we want to play these 2, we need 2 worms, which is kind of why I didn't want them to steal that worm. But yeah, I think I will take that one back. Okay, so they didn't take the goshawk. That's kind of interesting. I think that would be really good for them. As a free play at the round end, and it's a white and no power. I'm kind of tempted to take it myself here, but it's a little bit on the slow side, so we're going to go for food. We might have to go for food a couple of times, but certainly I want to get this cowbird down because I know they're going to want to lay eggs at least once, and they probably want to lay eggs a couple of times because it's Martin. Use that power, tuck a card, draw another one. That's going to be a good one to get themselves going. So yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a scary setup, but not too disappointed with what I've got. Not too disappointed. I think we've got some good stuff to work with. And yeah, just need to really look at getting these birds down and start drawing some more cards, and hopefully we can get something good. That's going to be the aim. But yeah, tree swallow, I think that could definitely help us out next end around goal. Okay, there we go. They've laid eggs, so missed one on the cowbird, but I couldn't really get it down any sooner than that. But we'll play it now. And yeah, if I can play the tree swallow, if I can play it without having to lay eggs, I would like to do that. But otherwise, I'm kind of okay. Kind of okay with just laying eggs here, to at least give myself a little bit of extra card draw. And like I said, I'm kind of surprised that goshawk's still there. So I would quite like to grab that. I'd definitely like to grab that if I can. Because that's going to be really nice to get down. Obviously help the bonus card as well. It's there. They're going for food themselves. So at least they're not stealing my food using this evil black-headed gull. But they must have something in mind then that they are going to play. Which, okay, so if let's think about this. I can get food, I can lay eggs, I can play the tree swallow, and then I still have a spare turn. But I kind of need a white power bird for this end of round. Because you don't really want to miss out on that end of round if you can avoid it. So I'm going to lay eggs. I think I'm going to get rid of a food because I can get food more easily than I can get eggs right now. So don't mind sacrificing that. And then I think I'll look to draw cards next. Like I say, I'm just really hoping that Goslog's still there. I think the fact they've gone for food, I wonder if they've got something else or if they are just trying to get that puffin down again. They may be thinking like me and thinking, right, I need to get a white power down. Certainly wouldn't blame them for kind of rushing it down in that scenario, but yeah, they're short on fish. They're definitely short on fish, so we'll see. Maybe they'll go for food again, and that might give them some more fish to get that puffin down. But yeah, just really hoping that Goslog's still there. I think I'm playing this maybe a bit too risky, not taking it, but it's just so bad for tempo. It's just so bad for efficient use of turns to be taking that without having the eggs down. So yeah, if I can get that, that's going to be a huge play with the bonus card in the end of round. So we'll see. Okay, I think they drawing cards. I think they might be drawing cards here. Okay, they are, and they haven't taken Goslog, but they have taken my cherry, which is very rude. Very rude, but I'll take a worm back. So be it. There we go. Goslog's still there, which is excellent news. That might be even better news. Okay, I was not mentally prepared for a Benelli there. I'll be completely honest with you. But we'll take it with Falconer and these end around goals. So I think it's still worth taking this Goslog here. I think I can still, because I could draw cards next turn. I still have a turn. Yeah, I've still got 2 turns left, so I can draw cards again, and then play the Goslog. I think that's not super bad, or even could draw cards again and go well and Benelli just to get something going, and then use that to draw more cards and play Goslog. I think that's going to be the way. I think that's going to be the way. So come on, Skimmer, you got 4 dice again, and you're going to hit again. So Skimmer's doing the work. I got screwed over by some hunting powers in a recent video, so Wingspan giveth and Wingspan taketh. I think it's done the taketh part, and now it's doing the giveth part, so I don't mind that at all. Thank you, Skimmer. You're definitely helping out quite a bit here. But yeah, this is not looking too bad. This is kind of a weird weird situation to be potentially playing Benelli's Eagle, but I think it could work. Because I think maybe go for cards. Okay, they're getting food again. I wonder if they might have some kind of double play. Maybe with 2 hunting powers, or not 2 hunting powers, 2 white powers. It's me with all the hunting powers, not them. Yeah, let's go for cards again. Osprey's ordinarily not bad. Honey Buzzard as well. It's also not bad. And Skimmer. Skimmer's doing bits here. Skimmer is definitely doing bits. I don't mind this. That's 3 from 3. We'll take it. We'll take it. But yeah, I think this might be time for Benelli. I think we're going to play Benelli. What do we get rid of? Honey Buzzard, I think, will probably go. Osprey, I think, will probably go. It's one of these 2. Is it too late for Tree Swallow? Okay, they're still going to keep stealing my food. If there was a fish there, I'd be tempted to kind of Go for that. And maybe look at playing the Osprey. But it's not happening, so... Yeah, I think I'll take a cherry, because that is going to be useful for one of these birds I play. But one thing I could have been doing, which I have done before in defense against this black-coated gull, is not take food. So you can have your food stolen and then deliberately not replace it from the feeder. And then obviously they've got nothing to steal. But yeah, I think here, I don't know, maybe I could have done that a few turns ago, but I think at this point it's probably a bit late. But it's time to play Benelli. Round 2 Benelli. Definitely a little bit strange. Do we go Tree Swallow or Mockingbird? I think I'm going to get rid of the Mockingbird. I think the Tree Swallow could still be playable. I just don't really have anything worth copying unless I'm going to copy that Skimmer power. That might be a little bit silly, but yeah, we'll do that. We'll do round 2 Benelli. Get the points on the board. There we go, 39 points, don't mind it. And yeah, we can go for some more cards, I think, next round. And then look at getting this Cossack down. So they've got 1 turn left. We know they have to. Oh, they're going to miss out. They're going to miss out on Yellowhammer here. Because they have to play a bird to use Yellowhammer, but they've only got 1 egg down. And of course, unless that's going to give them some more eggs, so maybe they're going to play Ash-throated Flycatcher or something. That would be quite cool. But yeah, otherwise, they're not going to have the eggs to do that. That might actually be what they're doing. They might be doing a Flycatcher and then use the Yellowhammer to play Puffin. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool if they do that. I mean, it'd be really annoying for me because that's a lot of points. But that is a pretty cool little combo setup. So we'll see. We'll see. They're keeping me hanging here. Yeah, they've got a lot of food. So this gull and this woodpecker, those have been some real good early game birds there. I'm getting the extra food for them. So fair play. Fair play. It's been a good start. But I'm quite happy with how this is going for me. Definitely having this Goshawk to get down is going to be nice. Oh, they laid eggs. They laid eggs. Now, we had a game recently on this channel where I was playing against someone with a teal power, and they did make a bit of a mistake. So I wonder, I might have to put that down to a mistake. I don't like to assume that a player's made a mistake like that, but yeah, it can happen. I mean, I said it in the previous video where it happened. I've done it before. I've seen other people do it before. I've seen some really good players make a little mistake like that, and yeah, it can be so crippling because that's an end of round goal they've just missed out on. That's a lot of points to be leaving on the board. So yeah, that's an unfortunate one. I don't like to see that. I mean, obviously, it's good for me in this context to have them missing out on those points, but I'd rather win a game on pure quality than just seeing someone make a mistake. But they still have a good setup. Look, they still got all this food. They've still got clearly some good birds. We know they've got that Puffin waiting. We know, they're going to be able to find some good birds. Obviously, with this Martin and drawing cards with the wetlands, they're actually set up pretty well, I think, for this next end of round goal, and even that last one. Typically Yellowhammer, you're playing lots of birds, you're getting high food cost birds down, especially as I said, with all that food. So, but yeah, we can perhaps give that last one a run for their money. I think. Obviously, Benelli helping out for sure, not hurting. Right, what have they done? Ruby Crowned Kinglet into Hawfinch. So the food production continues. Maybe that might have been the double play they wanted to do last round. But yeah, that is That's pretty good. That is definitely going to help them out. Get even more food, so kind of scary. But for us, we are going to go for some cards here. And I'm wondering about the hummingbird. I kind of need something to put in that grasses. To be fair, maybe even that Inca dove. How many eggs would I get if I played the Inca dove? 1, 2, 3 on the goshawk. It might work. That pelican definitely won't work. But yeah, I think we just need to focus on getting some birds down at this point. So Savage Warbler potentially would have been nice earlier. Come on, Skimmer. Here we go. Black Skimmer. Black Skimmer MVB. Most valuable bird right here. Pulling its weight and then some. So very nice to see. Yeah, Savage Warbler, that could be interesting. Don't really want to give them cards though, because you know, extra cards. They can tuck those. They can discard them for food. They can play them with the Yellowhammer. Definitely would not want to be looking at doing that. But yeah, we do need to think a little bit more carefully here about where the points are going to come from as we kind of head into this late game, because playing birds is great. Hitting the falconer is going to be nice with the goshawk as well here, obviously, but don't really have the kind of strong grasslands or point scoring. Obviously, this Skimmer, as I said, doing some heavy lifting. We can't rely on that all game. We are going to need to think a little bit more carefully about where some of our points are going to come from. So yeah, maybe I might still grab that hummingbird. I kind of just need something in that grasslands, just to kind of, like I say, get something going. The cowbird's going to get some free eggs, I think. They're probably going to lay eggs maybe twice this round, I would guess, at the end of round. Maybe 3 times. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some extra. Okay, stealing food. Now, do we take a worm and try and get the Savage Warbler down? Like I said, not super keen on giving out the card, so I think we'll re-roll. Not the feeder I wanted to see, but that's fine. We'll take a worm anyway. It's flexible. So I think, yes, at the moment they are going to win the end of round. I could get the tree swallow down, but the problem this whole time is just lack of egg generation to kind of get the eggs down. So I think I'm just going to take the loss on the end of round, make sure I qualify. But I don't really see myself being in with a shot of winning that. So we're going to go for cards one more time. Will it? Don't mind that. That's probably going to get played over that tree swallow to hit the falconer bonus card. And yeah, we will take hummingbird. Right, Skimmer, this is where you truly show your worth. 1 dice. Wrong food. You're worthless, Skimmer. No, still very happy with how that's been going. And yeah, I think we can play this hummingbird. We'll lay eggs and maybe try and grab the fish. But otherwise, maybe play this willet. But yeah, otherwise, the egg's going to help get this goshawk down. And I probably don't need to draw cards again this round. I can wait until the start of the next round. Obviously, I'm going to be going first, so being able to kind of have that flexibility of drawing cards then, maybe if something good comes up, is potentially going to happen. So let's play this hummingbird. We finally got rid of that food that they kept stealing, and we kept replacing it, so that's gone. But I think they've definitely done some damage with that. So they're lining up a puffin, I think, here. We know they have got that. That food is definitely scary. But yeah, I have to say they've not really got all the birds down on the board that you might expect, I think. So don't want to harp on about it too much, but that misplay with the Yellowhammer, I think, yeah, that's hurting here, because not having those extra birds down is costing. And yeah, you know, a lot of low value point birds here, 2s and 3s. My board, we've got a couple of 6s. Obviously, Spinelli, very fortunate to be finding that even so early, but Yeah, points on the board. Points to what you want. Kind of goes without saying. But yeah, 3 turns left to think. There we go. Free egg. Don't mind that. Think we lay eggs. We definitely want to get eggs down on this nuthatch. Or actually, do we... Because the food's not there. I think... How likely is it they're going to re-roll that bird feeder? Probably not super likely. But maybe I can put them in first. This is the thing. I kind of don't feel so bad about something bad because they have just got so much food. It's always a bit like a drop in the ocean. And of course, they've got really good food access in that forest. So not too stressed about that. But we could play Cossack. I think I'm going to lay eggs. I think I'm going to just lay eggs. We'll put them in first. Maybe they take the seed. I think they'll take the rodent, but maybe they take the seed. Give us a reroll, and we can see what comes up. But well, they do. They do take the seed, so we will reroll. We'll take the worm. Thank you very much. And then I think we'll play the willet first, and then we'll play the goshawk. If I could stay without food for as long as possible, and just focus on, like I say, maybe draw cards once in that final round on the first turn, and then think about getting food and playing birds, I can hopefully restrict the amount of extra food, because they are going to have to draw cards, obviously, in that final round. So if I can at least not have a food stolen off me when that does happen, that'd be much appreciated. So is it puffin time? Doesn't look like it. They might be laying eggs again. They are indeed laying eggs again. So I did think they might have to do that just to secure this end of a round. So yeah, if we did have the food for the tree swallow, this is where I would potentially think about playing it and laying eggs on it to win the end of round. But like I said, this is not really the end of round goal for me to compete in. So we'll play the willet. And yeah, cheap bird hits the falcon, a bonus card. We're looking pretty good. I think still play this goshawk. Tuck. I think probably, I mean, to be honest, not really that interested in playing any of these birds, so I'd probably just get rid of the 2 least valuable ones. But yeah, that's going to be, what is that, 5 points plus 2 tucks plus 2 from the falconer minus 1 egg. It's 8 points and no food. So we're going to be looking stronger, I think, going into this final round. Lots going to be riding on that final round trade, but maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe Benelli's best friend, the Eastern Imperial Eagle, will be waiting for us. I certainly wouldn't say no to that. Certainly would not say no to that, but we will have to wait and see. But first of all, we've got to wait and see what our opponent's going to do. They're going to lay eggs again. I don't mind this. Their grasslands is not terrible, but it's not amazing. You know, they get 4 points, but they gave me 1, so free eggs are always nice. Yeah, that is a lot of food. That's a scary amount of food. I think we are going to see maybe a double or even a triple play here. Wouldn't surprise me, but goshawk, you are going down. Thank you very much. Lots of points. Yeah, there we go. 68. We're going to be in the 70s going into round 4, so that's going to make me happy. Definitely looking good. Yeah, how much food is that? 11 food. It's crazy. More food than eggs. More food than eggs. But yeah, they're not going to miss out on yellow habit this time. So, what are they going to draw? What are they going to play? And what is the puffin? Which I'm assuming is what they are going to play. What is the puffin going to give them in terms of bonus cards? So that is the pertinent question. But yeah, points on the board. Points on the board for them. Not super high. What are they on? 30 plus end of rounds? It's definitely on the low side. Definitely on the low side. So yeah, they're gonna need a pretty crazy final round, I think. With lots of birds going down. There we go. I did wonder if it was going to be Heron or Egret into Puffin, so points are looking better on the board now. That was a big play. And yeah, of course the bonus card as well from that Puffin is gonna help out a lot. So we'll see. We'll see what that has got them maybe later in the game. But we go here into this final round. Not a super duper awesome tray. Which yeah is a bit annoying. So is it worth me taking food first? It might not even be worth me taking food at all this round, to be honest. I'm just trying to think of ways to give these hunters the best possible chance, but that might be overthinking it a bit. I think I might just draw cards and kind of go from there. So yeah, we will draw. We're hoping for some nice hunting powers. We're going to gamble. Ooh, Trumpeter Swan. Don't mind that. You both roll in cherries instead of fish. Kind of upsetting. But yeah, Trumpeter Swan. That's actually okay. It's going to help with this end of round in particular. So it's a bit of a flat end game, but it might just be... It might be lay eggs 3 times and play the swan. Save me the bother of taking food. And yeah, at least get a nice big point bird down. And I think I should have X space for that. Legs 3 times. I'll be up to 12. They're going to legs at most twice. So I'll have the space from these pre-cowbird eggs, assuming they do come through. But yeah, I think the bulk of our score has already happened in this game, really. I think the Benelli and the Goshawk, of course, being 2 very nice plays. That Skimmer, man, 4 caches. Kind of can't believe that looking at it now, but it happened. It definitely happened. And yeah, I think this one is going to be nice. So 7 points. So if we legs 3 times for 9, play the swan for 7, that's 16. We could be potentially in the 90s here, which is not bad. Not bad at all. And yeah, I'm really curious. I'm very curious how they're going to play this. Because they're going to need some pretty monstrous birds to be playing, because draw cards 0 points. Take food 0 points. Lay eggs only 3 points. You know, they're going to need some big point birds here, I think, to kind of bridge this gap, because I would have a hunch that we're probably about, I would say like 10, I reckon we're like 10, 15 points ahead here. So yeah, they're going to need to pull it back a bit. But they definitely could, and they're playing the European Turtle Dove, so another bonus card gamble potentially there. Maybe it helps an existing one. Maybe they've got ecologist or something like that, but it looks like... I think they took an egg there. I don't think they picked up a card, but they might have gone from the deck. But we're going to lay eggs now. There is a bit of mind games here, because if I take the seed, they might steal it. But if I don't take the seed, they might take it themselves. So yeah, I don't want to have a situation where I can't play this Trumpeter Swan at the end of the game. But I think I just have to take the seed. I think I just have to take it and hope that I'm in a position where we can get a reroll and get lots of seeds showing up. Obviously, I do have 1 degree of freedom here in this Trumpeter Swan with the wild food, so there is a bit of leeway. There is a little bit of leeway, but yeah, we are still going to need 2 seeds, so I would imagine they're gonna draw birds now. I think they probably want to have 2 turns playing birds here, because final round Yellowhammer, 4 of your 5 turns are predetermined. You have 1 free turn to do whatever you want with it. Normally that would be laying eggs, but as I say, the eggs Not really the best point scoring option here with this kind of average grasslands and obviously my cowbird as well forming a bit of a counter. So yeah, I'd imagine they want to go heavy birds here, and certainly with that food access in 2 habitats, and of course my hummingbird giving a few extras away, they shouldn't have too many problems. And of course that's going to help the end of round. So I think they are going to win the end of round. I would say pretty comfortably, if I'm honest. But that's fine. Up against Yellowhammer, I think that kind of end of round gets tricky. So they have laid eggs. We got a free one there, which is nice. So yeah, let's lay eggs ourselves. Let's lay eggs. Keep the bowl nests free. We're going to put them first. And yeah, go for a reroll. Hopefully get some seeds. Hopefully reroll lots of seeds. Nice. And actually, am I going to take this one? Does that matter for reroll purposes? Don't think it does. I think we're okay. Nah, do you know what? I'll take this one. And yeah, then I think... So even if they steal a food from me here, I can replace it with a seed. But yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay here. We lay eggs once more, we play the swan. And I think that's maxed out what we could have done from this late game. Not the most flashy or glamorous of end games, as I said, but yeah, I think the work was done. The work was done in the mid game, kind of with the Benelli and yeah, getting the hunting powers down, and obviously that cowbird. I wasn't sure when I played that. I wasn't sure how many eggs I'd get from that, but I think that's been good for about, I want to say like 5 or 6 free eggs. So, you know, if you think about that as a 10-point cowbird, it saved me a little bit of tempo at times, getting those extra eggs to let me play birds or draw extra cards. It's been good. It's been very helpful. So, yeah, quite happy to have got that down. And obviously, yeah, not really had the amazing grassland birds come up, so to at least have 2 birds in there. So when I do lay eggs, I'm getting 3 rather than just 2. So yeah, every little helps, I think, from that perspective. But yeah, what are they going to do? I suppose they could just egg spam, but I'd be surprised. They've got space for that. But yeah, I think you have to use the Yellowhammer. I think it wins you the end of round. Probably is going to be worth more points than just, you know, 4 points a turn laying eggs. So we'll see. But it is tricky. Definitely tricky to manage this kind of end game. Not always obvious. Not always obvious. So. Yeah, they've got 3 bonus cards. They've got 3 bonus cards, which can potentially be a little bit concerning. I wonder if they've got Forester. They might have Forester or Wetland Scientist. Okay, they've gone for eggs again. So that is kind of interesting. They're going to need to draw cards next, or they're not going to be able to steal anything off me. So they're going to need to watch out for that. But yeah, we'll take our seeds. So doesn't matter what they steal from us. I mean, their only choice is seeds, but yeah, even if we couldn't then replace it with another seed, that doesn't matter because that'll be the wild food or the swan. Yeah, maybe they're just using the martin to cycle a bit and find something better to maybe play that in the wetlands before drawing, or just give them a bit of direction. But yeah, I can't help but feel that if they weren't gonna just keep egg spamming, they were going to discard food, and they might have actually done that on the last turn, because I think they only had 10 eggs. So that is a good clue that kind of suggests that more birds are coming. More birds, I think, are coming, but I've got no idea what they are. So we'll see. Ash-throated flycatcher. I called it earlier. Maybe that is what they were lining up. Maybe we'll never know, but that's still a good bird to get down now. That's going to win them the end of round goal. But yeah, that's a sign that Yellowhammer's not being used here, because they've only got one turn left and they can't simultaneously gain food and play birds. So yeah, definitely a little bit of a strange endgame, but that flycatcher is still nice for sure, with all those extra eggs. But what's nice for us for sure is this trumpeter swan. Very happy to get that down. Lots and lots of points there. And yeah, sadly, we came very close on this end around. Always kind of frustrating when you lose that just by one food cost. And yeah, it's worth 3 points, but like I say, always I think was going to be a bit of a struggle with my opponent getting lots of birds down. But yeah, I would expect maybe it is just going to be an extra turn laying eggs here. And yeah, there we go. We get one final cowbird egg. As I say, lose the end of round goal, but we are going to go here into the final scores. And I do think I've won this. I think the maybe slight mistake with the Yellowhammer is going to be costly. So yeah, lots of bird points. We do come out on top on the bonus cards as well. End of round goals, I think they drag it back a bit. Eggs, we are going to be fairly close, I think. But yeah, food on cards. That Skimmer has been so nice. And of course, some tuck cards from Benelli and the Goshawk. And we do get a win. Closer than I thought it might have been. But 93 to 86 in the end. So let's take a look at their bonus card. Viticulturalist, Bird Counter, 0 Point Rodentologist. Always a bit of a painful one. And yeah, not really amazing birds to be playing. So a little bit of a shame from them. And of course, 8 Point Falconer. And this OP Black Skimmer, man, 4 caches. Not game deciding in the end, but certainly very, very helpful there indeed. So there we go. That is game 1. In the books, it is a win. But as I said at the start, this is a best of 5. So potentially 4 more games to come. So we are a long way from progression into the next round at the moment. But yeah, good to get that win on the board, as I say. And yeah, we're going to be going first in game 2, which hopefully you will be able to stay tuned for. And yeah, I will see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching.